Hi friends, we're painting outside today and we've got a bag full of stuff that we're gonna stamp. We're gonna stamp stuff with watercolor and it's gonna be awesome. So let's go through the bag and see what we got here. Starting off strong and weird, we've got the butt end of a celery stalk. So the idea with this is that we're gonna paint this side and it's going to stamp on the paper and hopefully look like a rose. It's gonna be awesome. Just watch. And then we've got the matching celery stick to go in it so we can fill in those little spots that might be skipped. You'll see. What's next? Oh, classic. We've got our coffee mug. We can make circles with this. We can make a coffee mug from the top and have a perfect circle. We can make wreaths. So many things you could do with a circle, obviously. We've got a piece of half of a lemon that I left on the counter, so I'm hoping we could do something with this. Maybe we can, yeah, we're gonna stamp it and we're gonna make a lemon. It's gonna be cool. You're gonna see. Fork. Can do a lot of things with this. We can make texture, we can do grass, bushes. We'll see what else we could do with this. What else? Another one, classic paper toilet roll, or toilet paper roll, paper towel roll, whatever you have. Circles, you can make shapes with this, you can make hearts. We can do so many things with this. I'm sure you've seen that one before, but why not? Bottle cap, any kind of cap. I think I want to try to make some bubbles, but again, you can make anything with a circle. Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, seashell. I got a seashell. So I don't know about you, I have a lot of seashells lying around my house because I am from Long Island, so maybe this one won't be in your house, but we're gonna see if we can stamp this to get a seashell shape. All right, I'm done. Let's get into painting. We are stamping with watercolor paints today, so I've got my watercolor paint, I've got my handy dandy botanical mister, and we are just going to spray them to get them nice and activated. We're gonna need a lot of this to make some kind of puddles to stamp things in. So just make sure your watercolor paints are nice and wet. I'm also using Canson XL. I'm using this giant pad. We're just gonna do it on one piece of paper. We're just playing around today. So use whatever paper that you have. I love this one for practicing on. It's inexpensive. It's one of my favorites. So let's do this one. And then you're probably going to need a plate of some sort to stamp on. So I'm just using this one. This will fit everything that I have. Yeah, just make sure your plate is big enough so that your objects fit on it. All right, so we've got our celery and I dropped it on the ground, so there's a little dirt on it. But I think what's so cool about this is that everyone's celery is going to be a little different. If you're cutting it, it's not all going to be the same. And I just kind of thought about that. So basically all we're going to do is mix up some paint and we're going to paint it on there and stamp. That's literally all we're doing today. Is we're stamping things and then we're going to also elevate them, hopefully, to make them look cooler. So I'm going to use some pinky colors, classic rosy colors. You could do red. I'm feeling pink today. And I'm going to mix up a little bit of a darker color too, in case we want to go back in. Or if we want to, actually, I'm going to mix up a darker color too to put in the center. And then I'm just going to try to put some lighter pink on the outside. So this is just like alizarin crimson and I believe opera rosy colors here. So let's see how this works. I've never done this before, but I've been meaning to. So we're just gonna paint these centers of the celery. And I guess we should do it pretty quick because I'm assuming it'll absorb into there. Isn't it fun trying new things? And then I'm just gonna go in and you can just dip it in the paint if you don't want different colors. I'm not sure if this will even come up that different, but I really do want that center, like a real rose, to be a little bit darker. So you see how we have, let's see. All right, are we ready? Now you can definitely see my shadow in here. Sorry about that, but we are outside. I cannot control nature. And I'm just gonna press it and see what happens. Ooh, interesting. So this is where this little piece will come in handy. So I'm gonna just go in and dip and sort of fix up where I want to fill in those spaces. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. So over here, we definitely need some more. That's kind of cool. Are we seeing a rose? Because I am. All right. We don't want to do too much, right? So then we can also go in while that's wet and just sort of spread that out and fix it up a bit just to give it a little bit more defined. And this obviously isn't a very super realistic rose, but how cool is that? And yeah, it's going to be different for everybody. We'll define those center ones a little bit more. And we got our rose. Could touch the outsides ever so slightly. Cool. I've never done that one before. But yeah, we could just use this one to sort of fill in any spots. I'm not left-handed, so this is a little... Kind of wish I was ambidextrous sometimes. Cool. All right, let's give it a leaf. All right, it's gonna be a fun little leaf here. That's fun. I didn't know if that was gonna work out, to be honest. This is why we play. All right, next up. What are we gonna do next? Okay, this could be my designated celery stick holder. I think I'm gonna give it a little friend. So I'm gonna do like a reddish one, a reddish pink one right next to it because I just wanna see it again. I want to turn it and then see if we can get like a different rose shape. All right, ready? Another one right here. Ah, so cool. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but it does, right? And then you just touch the sides. And this one could be behind, and that one's kind of facing that way now. I think that's so cool. I don't know about you, but put a little bit. Fun. All right. And then we'll give this one some leaves. Oops, there we go. Why not? Look, they got friends now. We are stamping our fruit. Might as well do the lemon next. And again, you can stamp this or you can paint it on. It really depends on what you're looking to do. I'll drop in some lemon yellow. Need some more water. And then we'll just stamp it into the paint. And if you want a little practice sheet next to you, if you're doing something fancy, you can do that. So if you want, you can go in and do the edges a little bit darker. But we're just gonna really do the stamping right now. So let's see what happens here. I know my shadow's kind of messing it up, but. Cool. Let's do one with a little color in it. Really pressing down. How cool. And then I'm gonna just kind of turn it so it's another shape, another direction. Once you have these stamps on, you can go in with some light wash and just kind of fill in those spaces that you kind of see the lines. And it just helps you kind of make the shape. And of course we have our reference here. Maybe we want to go in and add some more color in there. This is more like orange colored, but it is dry. I promise I don't waste food. This is just kind of stuff that I would put in compost. Cool. And this one. So these could be like dried lemon, dried orange. and they don't have to be perfect. And like I said, you can go around and sort of make the edges a little darker if you want, or you can leave them as you just stamped them. They're really fun that way as well. What else can we stamp now that we don't have any more food? Let's do our mug, because this one's classic, so we can even do a cup of coffee with this. So we can stamp it. You might hear my neighbors, they're outside playing with their doggy and they have a squeaky toy. And we can do that, but sometimes when it's ceramic, you're gonna wanna just paint on it. So we're just gonna stamp by doing that. Now we're just gonna stamp. And we got a circle. You can even do like a little lemon wreath and a little rose wreath if you want to put these elements in there. That would be really cute. But otherwise, you could just do a fun painted wreath. Just gonna put a little lemon on the wreath. Just for fun. This would be better if it was larger, but just to show ya. I told you it might be a little weird. But hey, why not? Can make a rose with this also. Oh my goodness, do you hear the roosters? Anyway, not my best piece of work, but this is just lots of fun. You can also do a coffee mug with this, so I want to show you how cool. I've done this one a few times. I love doing this one. I'm just gonna stamp it. And we've got our circle. And then just like looking at this, you could see the handles out like that. So let's do our handle here because I'm on this side. And then we can just go around this edge here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're gonna make a little bit of a fatter lip of the coffee mug. Okay, and it's a little bit wonky, and that's kind of how I want it. And then we can put some coffee inside of it. And I'm gonna just go inside. And depending on what kind of coffee you like black or you wanna do a latte, you can use some masking fluid in here and you can make some latte shapes where you can kind of leave some white out and make some foamy spots. I'll just do a regular creamy coffee here. You can lift if you do want a little bit of a latte. Have fun with it. You can just add some little bubbles. And then get your coffee and give it a little bit of a shadow. Fun. Okay, now we've got our fork, so we can use a fork for texture, or we can add maybe some greenery to our ugly wreath here. But let's just see. So I'm just gonna actually paint on my fork at first, and then I'm gonna, because I don't want it to dip on the plate. And you can see here. Alright, that's kind of fun, but maybe every fork is a little different, so I can keep practicing with that. I'm just gonna fix it up a little bit. I've got the paper towel roll. You can make these in all different shapes. So you can make it into a heart if you want, or any kind of shapes. So I'm trying to shape mine like a heart. So we'll try that. Good for Valentine's Day stuff, you know, making greeting cards. Little hearts. So I think we should paint it. Let's see if that works better. That's better because it absorbs into the cardboard quick. And then you can always go in and sort of just touch the edges. It acts like a great guideline. I mean, these are a bit wonky, but again, we're just playing around here. But I did find painting it made it a little bit easier to stamp. And you can even do different colors, like a little ombre effect on there if you want. I have no idea if this will work, but we're gonna give it a try because these aren't really, they're facing out, so I don't know if they'll stamp well, but we'll see. We'll at least can maybe get the shape of it, and that'll help us. No, nothing. Maybe with more opaque paint. Okay, that worked a little bit better. You can at least see the shape, almost like a guideline. And then you can go in and sketch it in. I'm just gonna put in some lines there and just have fun with it. Maybe a different type of seashell would work better. One that's like, that will like be more flush with the paper, because this one lifts, obviously. So it's not giving us a full outline, but still fun nonetheless. Just really can stamp anything, I guess. Put in little tiny lines in there, like dry brush in some texture. Super cool. I use a bottle cap to make little bubbles, so I'm just gonna paint on some yellow and then some opera, and then I want to put some blue on there. I'm gonna mix a little blue with that pink so that it makes a little purple, and then I'm just gonna go around, and then that yellow will touch the blue and create green, and then we'll have a little rainbow effect going on. And then we're gonna use the clean brush with some water and just tap it on the inside. You see how I'm doing that, and it's sort of spreading it out, and it's giving it sort of a translucent effect. And then I'm just changing up the colors. I kind of think like a turquoise and purple make a really pretty bubble color combo, but trying to be quick with this, but I think that one's my favorite. I almost forgot, we can use the pencil eraser to stamp and create some dots. So in this case, we're using it to put some berries on my ugly wreath, but hey, it's cool. So I'm just dipping it in. You can dip it directly into the paint, and we got some berries. And if you want, when you're all done and everything's dry, you can go back in and add details to your painting. So you can go into the lemons or the oranges or whatever and add in some little lines and details in there and really elevate them, but that's totally up to you. We're done. What do you think? I would have to say that that was a bit chaotic. It's too hot to paint outside, but we did it. It was fun. I learned a few things, and I hope you did too. This is really all about having fun and just playing with what you have. So look around your house. You might be surprised by what cool things you can stamp with. Let your imagination run wild and try something unexpected and just enjoy the process. Thank you for being here, and if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow we're doing watercolor marbling and I don't want you to miss it. I'll see you then.